I've been delivering for DoorDash for about 8 months now, mostly to pay off my student loans. The job is simple enough. Pick up food, drop it off, collect your tip. I work the night shift because the tips are better and there's less traffic. The order came in around 11:30 p.m. Chinese food going to an apartment complex on the east side of town. The app showed a $15 tip, so I accepted immediately. The restaurant was quick. I had the food within 10 minutes and headed out. The drive took about 15 minutes, and the closer I got, the worse the neighborhood became. Boarded-up windows, chain-link fences, streets that made you check your locks. When I pulled up to the building, I double-checked the address. The place looked abandoned. Half the windows were dark, and the ones that weren't had sheets instead of curtains. The front entrance had no door, just an empty frame. I checked the delivery instructions. Apartment 3B, 3rd floor, knock twice. The lobby smelled like mold and something worse. The elevator had an out-of-order sign, so I took the stairs. Each step creaked, and I could hear water dripping somewhere in the walls. The 3rd floor hallway stretched out in both directions, lit by a single flickering bulb. I found 3B and knocked twice. Nothing. I knocked again, harder. Still nothing. I pulled out my phone to call when the door across the hall opened slightly. "You looking for 3B? A woman's voice, thin and shaky. "Yeah. I have a food delivery." "Wrong floor, sweetie. You want 3B on the 4th floor. That's a storage closet." Before I could respond, she closed her door. I heard 3 locks click. I stared at the door in front of me. No window, no peephole. But the woman seemed certain. I climbed to the 4th floor. This hallway was darker, no working lights at all. I used my phone's flashlight and found a door marked 4B, not 3B, but close enough. I knocked twice. Footsteps inside, approaching, stopping, starting again. Someone was pacing. "DoorDash delivery," I called out. The footsteps stopped. A man's voice muffled, "Leave it outside." I set the bag down and took a photo. As I turned to leave, my phone buzzed. Message from customer. "Wrong apartment. I'm in 2B, 2nd floor." I stared at the screen. The original instructions clearly said 3B, but now it said 2B. I grabbed the food and went back down. The 2nd floor looked identical to the 3rd. Same flickering light, same stained carpet, same smell. I found 2B, knocked twice. No answer. My phone buzzed again. "Actually 5B, 5th floor, sorry." My stomach dropped. This building only had 4 floors, but I checked the app. It now showed 5B, 5th floor. Knock 3 times. I walked back to the stairwell and shined my light upward. Above the 4th floor landing there was another set of stairs. I could swear they weren't there before. Every instinct told me to leave. But I thought about my student loan payment due in 3 days. I thought about the $15 tip. I climbed to the 5th floor. The hallway here was completely different. Clean carpet, fresh paint, working fluorescent lights that hummed softly. It looked like a different building. I found 5B and knocked 3 times. The door opened immediately. A man stood there, middle-aged, wearing a button-up shirt. He smiled warmly. "Finally, I'm starving. Come in. I need to grab my wallet." He walked inside, leaving the door open. I could see his wallet on a table just inside. "I can wait here," I said. "Suit yourself." He came back with a $20 bill. "Keep the change." I handed him the food. As I turned to leave, he said something that made my blood freeze. "Next time, don't take so long. I've been waiting since 8 p.m. I checked my phone. 12:07 a.m. I'd only accepted this order at 11:30 p.m. "Sir?" I just got the order an hour ago. He smiled, but his eyes stayed cold. Sure you did. Have a good night. Multiple locks clicked behind the door, far more than anyone would need. I ran down the stairs. When I hit the 4th floor, I stopped. The hallway looked different, wrong carpet color, doors in different positions. 3rd floor, same thing. Everything was slightly off. I burst into the lobby and saw the woman from 3C standing by the entrance with a suitcase. You delivered it, she asked. Yeah. How did you... You shouldn't have gone to the 5th floor. Nobody goes to the 5th floor. Why not? She looked at me like I was stupid. Because there is no 5th floor, never has been. This building was built in 1962 with 4 floors. She walked out before I could respond. I checked my phone. The delivery was complete, but the address showed a completely different building across town, one I'd never been to. The next morning I looked up the address. According to Google Street View, the building only had 3 floors. I went back to the actual address. The building was there, boarded up and condemned. A sign said it had been closed since a fire in 2019. I tried to find the order in my history to screenshot everything, but it had vanished. The entire delivery was gone like it never happened. Except for one thing. That $20 bill is still in my wallet. And every time I look at it, the serial number is different. I started doing Instacart deliveries 3 months ago when my car payments got out of hand. Most customers are normal people who just don't want to go to the store. But then there was Mrs. Patterson. The order came through on a Sunday afternoon. 73 items, decent payout. As soon as I started shopping, the special instructions started. Please make sure the bananas are exactly 6 inches long, no more, no less. Who measures bananas? But I found some that looked right. The milk must have an expiration date of March 14th. Check every carton. It was February 28th. I checked 15 cartons before finding the right date. Get the 3rd can of tomato sauce from the back of the shelf. Not the 1st, not the 2nd, the 3rd one. I reached past the front cans. As I grabbed the 3rd one, I noticed something strange. It had a manufacturing code the others didn't. How did she know? More instructions kept coming. The bread must have exactly 22 slices. Count the eggs. There must be 12, not 11, not 13. The cereal box must weigh exactly 16.7 ounces. Each instruction was more specific than the last, and each time I found exactly what she asked for. Final instruction: come to the back door. Knock 4 times. Wait exactly 30 seconds. Knock 3 more times. The address was in a quiet neighborhood. Big yards, old trees. The house looked normal. 2 stories, pale yellow siding, but all the curtains were drawn and I couldn't see any lights. I walked to the back door. It was painted dark red with no window. I knocked 4 times, counted to 30, knocked 3 more times. Nobody came. I knocked again. Same pattern. Then I heard the locks. 3 separate locks, each clicking open slowly. The door opened 6 inches. Just darkness inside. Mrs. Patterson? I have your groceries. Leave them on the steps. The voice was female but wrong, flat, like someone reading phonetically without understanding. I need to hand them to you. Leave them on the steps. Leave them on the steps. Leave them on the steps. 3 times. Same inflection. Robotic. I set the bags down. They're here. Did you count the eggs? Yes? 12 eggs. Did you measure the bananas? About 6 inches, yes. Did you get the 3rd can? My skin prickled. Yes, the 3rd can. The door opened wider. I still couldn't see her, but I could smell something, sharp and organic. like formaldehyde mixed with overripe fruit. Come inside. I need to verify the items. Every instinct screamed no. I can't. Company policy. Silence. Then, the boy before you came inside. He verified the items. You must verify. What boy? The previous delivery person. He verified. You must verify. I pulled out my phone. Everything you ordered is here. The door opened all the way. The woman wasn't old, maybe 40. Dark hair pulled tight, white dress from another era, but her skin looked wrong, waxy, too smooth, and her eyes didn't blink or move. Verify the items, she said again. Behind her I could see the kitchen walls, covered in photographs, hundreds of them, all different people in the same pose, standing in that doorway, holding grocery bags, faces arranged in smiles, but their eyes were empty, and every photograph had the same timestamp in the corner, the same camera, the same angle, the same everything. Just different people. I have to go, I said, backing away. She stepped onto the porch. Her movements were too smooth, like gliding. The boy before you verified, he is still verifying. Would you like to see? I turned and ran. Behind me, flat and emotionless. You did not verify. You did not verify. You did not verify. I got to my car and locked the doors. In the rearview mirror, she stood in the backyard, perfectly still, watching. When I got home, I checked the app. The delivery was marked complete with a 5-star review. Perfect delivery. All items verified. Will request this driver again. But I never delivered the groceries. I ran before handing them over. The next day, Mrs. Patterson requested me specifically. I declined. She requested me again the day after, and the day after that. On the 5th day, I got a message. You did not verify the items. You must return to verify. The boy before you is waiting. We are all waiting. I deleted the app and never delivered groceries again. Last week, I saw a missing person poster at the grocery store. A young guy, maybe 22, wearing an Instacart shirt in the photo, missing for 6 weeks. His last known delivery was to an address on Millbrook Lane, the same address as Mrs. Patterson. I've been doing food delivery for 2 years. Most nights are routine, but last Friday made me seriously consider quitting. It started normal. Pizza delivery to a house at the end of a cul-de-sac. 3 large pizzas, $45 order, $20 tip. The house was dark blue siding with one dim light upstairs. Before I could knock, the door swung open. A teenage girl stood there, maybe 17. Dark circles under her eyes. She didn't speak, just handed me cash and took the pizzas. Have a good night, I said. She opened her mouth like she wanted to say something, then closed it. She shut the door slowly, staring at me the whole time. Strange, but not alarming. I got in my car and pulled away. The second I left the cul-de-sac, a new order popped up. Same address. 3 large pizzas, same $20 tip. I called the number. A man answered, voice rough and tired. Hello? Hi, I just delivered 3 pizzas to your address. Did you order 6 pizzas total? Silence, then, no, I ordered 3 pizzas half an hour ago. Nobody's come yet. I just delivered them 2 minutes ago, a teenage girl answered. I'm sorry, but I ordered an hour ago and I'm still waiting. Are you sure you have the right address? I checked my app. Same address, but the timestamp said this order was placed 40 minutes ago, before I accepted the first one. Sir, I already delivered to you at 9:12 p.m. That's impossible. I called at 8:10. I've been waiting this whole time. My stomach dropped. Is there a teenage girl in your house? No. I live alone. What's going on? I'm heading back now. I drove back to the blue house. This time every light was off. The place looked dead. The front door was slightly open. Hello? Pizza delivery. No response. I pushed the door wider. The smell hit me. Something rotten mixed with chemicals. I covered my nose and stepped inside. Dust covered everything. The furniture was falling apart. Cobwebs in the corners. Nobody had lived here in years. Hello? Footsteps upstairs. Slow, dragging across the floor above me. Sir? The footsteps stopped, then started again, faster, heading for the stairs. I backed toward the door. The footsteps reached the top of the stairs. The teenage girl stood there, holding the 3 pizzas I'd delivered 20 minutes ago. The boxes were still closed, still stacked. You came back, she said, voice flat. I think there's been a mistake. You came back. They always come back. Who always comes back? The delivery people. They see the second order, they come back, and then they see. See what? She opened the top pizza box. Inside was a cell phone. Cracked screen. The wallpaper showed a young guy in a delivery uniform. My delivery uniform. That's not mine, I said, but I felt my pocket. My phone was gone. They deliver. They leave. They see the second order. They come back. And then they stay. I'm leaving. You can't. You already stayed. The lights turned on. I spun around. The house was no longer abandoned. It was fully furnished, well lit, normal. Family photos on the walls, television playing. The man I'd spoken to on the phone stood in the doorway. But he wasn't looking at me. He was looking outside, where a new car pulled up to the curb. Another delivery driver got out. Someone's here, he said to the girl. I tried to move, tried to run. My body wouldn't respond. The girl came down the stairs and set my phone on a table with other phones, all different models, all cracked screens. The new driver knocked. The man opened the door and smiled. Thanks. Come in. I need to grab my wallet. The driver hesitated. I can wait here. The man looked back at me. They always wait, until they see the second order. I stood frozen in that living room, watching the new driver hand over food and leave. The girl stood beside me. Now we wait. They'll see the order in 15 minutes, then they'll come back. Why? I whispered. She looked at me with empty eyes. The house is hungry, it's always hungry, and delivery people come right to the door. My phone buzzed on the table. New notification. A second order. Same address. The driver's car was still visible. Any second now, they'd check their app and see it. The man stood beside me. His eyes were empty too, drained of life. Don't worry, he said. You'll get used to it. We all did. I don't know how many of us are here now. I've stopped counting. I can't move, can't leave. I can only watch as drivers come, deliver, leave, see the second order, and come back. My phone still buzzes sometimes. Messages from my family, new delivery orders, all to this address. Last night, a new driver came with Chinese food. She left. 15 minutes later, she saw the second order. She's on her way back right now, and we're all standing here, waiting for her. Delivering food at night isn't usually dangerous. Most people just want their dinner and to be left alone. But 3 nights ago, I had a delivery that still keeps me up. The order came in around 10:30 p.m. Thai food, 20 minutes away, $18 tip. I accepted without thinking. I picked up the food and started driving. The GPS took me onto county roads that got darker and more isolated. After 15 minutes, I hadn't seen another car. My phone buzzed. Message from the customer. Change of plans. Can you meet me at the Shell gas station on Route 47? I'm running errands and it's closer. I checked my GPS. The station was 2 miles ahead. It would save me time. I sent back, sure, no problem. The gas station appeared around a bend. Small place, 2 pumps, tiny convenience store. All the lights were off, windows boarded up, abandoned. I pulled into the parking lot. Another message. I'm here, parked around back, red Honda. Why would someone be behind an abandoned gas station? I sent back. I'll leave the food at the front. Immediate response. No, bring it to the back. I can't leave my car. Why not? Just bring the food. I'm waiting. I sat there, engine running, debating. The smart choice was to leave and go. But I thought about my completion rating, the tip, the algorithm. I grabbed the food and got out. The night was silent. No traffic, no wind, just my footsteps on gravel. I walked around the building. The back lot was dark except for moonlight. A red Honda sat against the tree line. Driver's door open, interior light on. Nobody inside. Hello? I have your food. Movement to my left. I spun. A man stepped out from behind a dumpster. Tall, dark jacket, baseball cap low over his face. Thanks for bringing it all the way out here. His voice was friendly, but his posture was tense. No problem. I held out the bag. Here you go. He didn't take it, just looked at me, tilting his head. You work every night? Most nights. Look, I really need to... I've seen you before. Riverside Apartments. Last Tuesday. Midnight. My blood went cold. I'd delivered there, but that was one delivery among dozens. How did he remember me? I don't remember, I lied. Blue jacket, grey Toyota. License plate ends in 847. He'd memorized my license plate. I dropped the food and ran. Hey, wait, he shouted. I just want to talk. I've been trying to meet you. I heard footsteps behind me running now. I reached my car, hands shaking with the keys, dropped them once, finally got them in the ignition. A hand slammed against my window. He was right there, face pressed to the glass. Younger than I thought, late 20s, thin beard, hollow cheeks, eyes too wide. I just want to talk. Please. I've been trying for weeks. I threw the car in reverse, nearly hit a gas pump, and sped onto Route 47. In the rearview mirror, he stood in the middle of the road, watching me disappear. Then he turned and walked back to the station casually, like nothing happened. When I got home, I called the police. They said they'd check it out, but didn't sound concerned. Probably just some guy trying to get free food. I checked the app. Order cancelled, marked undelivered. But there was no record of the customer. The account didn't exist anymore. The next night, I got another order. Different restaurant, different address, same instructions. Meet me at the Shell station on Route 47. I declined. The night after, same thing, declined. Every single night for 3 nights, orders to that gas station. Different accounts, different names, always the same location. Tonight I got 5 orders, one after another, all to that station. The last one had a message. I know you keep declining, that's okay. I know where else you deliver. I'll see you soon. I stopped delivering, deleted the app, changed my number. 2 days ago, someone knocked on my door. I looked through the peephole. A delivery person stood there with a bag of food. I didn't order anything, I called through the door. The driver smiled. I know. But someone ordered it for you. Special instructions. I have to hand it to you personally and confirm you're the right person. They gave me a physical description. My body went numb. Who placed the order? They checked their phone. Doesn't say, just anonymous. But they left you a message. They held up their phone to the peephole. I read the screen. I told you I'd see you soon. Next time, don't run. I didn't open the door. The driver eventually left the food and drove away. It's still on my porch. 3 days now. I'm too afraid to go outside. Because every night at midnight I hear a car pull up. I peek through the window and see the same red Honda parked across the street. Someone sits in the driver's seat for hours, just watching my house. Last night, they got out of the car, walked halfway up my driveway, stopped, pulled out their phone like they were taking a photo. Then they got back in the car and drove away. This morning I got a notification on my email. Someone sent me a photo. It's me, standing in my window last night looking out through the curtain. The timestamp says it was taken at 12:47 a.m. and the message says, "I finally got a good picture. You always look away too fast. See you tomorrow night."